Roaring Kitty Watch tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. I am not calling for it, but today, if any, is a day that we are putting it on watch. We got a lot of weird stuff happening coming into the week where warrants are going to be distributed. I'm going to give my AMC and GameStop targets this week if things get crazy. Again, if things get crazy in the very short term. Watch until the end of the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible so that you guys can enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We will also be talking about Bitcoin and another play. I'll leave timestamps down below. First thing I want to talk about is a company that just raised capital like GameStop through issuing warrants. They raised about $2.5 million, and they are a very, very, very small company. If you guys want to know the ticker symbols, depending on your trading on the Canada Exchange or over the counter, they are listed right here. I will try to link the site down below. But this is PTX Metals, which is a Canadian exploration company focused on copper, nickel, PGEs, gold, and uranium, which are all critical to the energy transition boom, which we have been covering in these videos, talking about plays just like this, except this one is extremely, extremely cheap. As always, they all come with their own risk, but this company has a diversified asset base and exposure to multiple commodities, including gold, which is at all-time highs, and silver ripping as well. PTX offers investors high leverage growth potential in a stable mining jurisdiction, and they have key projects in which one of them already has had some excellent metal liberation results, and then they also have a joint venture, a gold joint venture that they own 75% of in a huge plot of land in a very, very, very good area. So they already have a couple projects. On top of that, they have a project that they own 54% of, which is Green Canada, which is a uranium focused vehicle with projects in major regions, and they have major catalysts ahead. Again, they have multi-metal exposure across battery and precious metals, and they recently raised 2.55 million US dollars. As always, do your own due diligence on these plays and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. $1.6 billion plus worth of shorts were liquidated in the past 7 days on cryptocurrency, and more were just liquidated overnight as Bitcoin pushed all the way up to 125,700. Now, Bitcoin is clearly, in my opinion, on its way to our top signal between 131 and 135K. And right now, there is two possibilities. One is a very brief pullback down to 120 before we head to that level, or the other scenario is just straight to that level. I'm going to make everything as simple of a breakdown as possible, and that is what I am watching. The ultimate target is and always has been 131K, and I've stated that since the beginning of this cycle. Speaking of cycles, I want to state that Bitcoin is very close to a cycle top if we continue to see cycles based on ETF adoption as well as treasury reserves and other things like that. The government getting involved, more regulation, things like that. These cycles can change, and I want to let you know that. But based on the previous cycles that you can see that we have drawn out, this cycle should end basically early November at the latest. Bitcoin, this is my outlook currently. Maybe things will change, but I assume something like this will happen where Bitcoin will dip its toes into this box around 131 to 135 at most before selling off and playing out some sort of scenario like this coming into the winter and the beginning of next year. Moving on from Bitcoin, this is a good transition into GameStop. Michael Saylor says no new orange dots this week, just a $9 billion reminder of why we hodl. This is ironic the way that this was worded, but this is just a transition I'm using. I am not putting anything on that would be stupid. But recently, last week, prior to the trading week, I updated Discord with a Google Doc. And in that Google Doc, it said a bounce bias like this. I haven't changed the chart on MicroStrategy down here. And we have gotten that perfect bounce right around 297, all the way down to 292. But ultimately, that $300 psychological level, we got a beautiful bounce on MicroStrategy coming all the way up to 350. And the way Bitcoin has been rallying over the weekend, MicroStrategy is likely to open up very green and fill this gap around 385. But will it continue? Well, I've talked about these white dots being a buy zone for MicroStrategy, and that is Also, lining up with the 200 moving average that we have had drawn out several times, or the 50 moving average on the weekly time frame, showcases it better, and it showcases that we are not out of the woods just yet, but we are pressing back up against it. And you could have bought the bottom because we watched that, we called for it on the daily time frame. You could have bought that bottom. The weekly just shows that we are pressing up against a crucial level, and MicroStrategy is likely to break higher with Bitcoin's trajectory that we are going. Speaking of Bitcoin trajectory, all of this will likely flow very quickly, if this is the top, into meme plays, altcoins, so on and so on. So in other words, we are in kind of the perfect scenario or opportunity for GameStop and AMC to have their short squeezes if things are about to cap out at highs and we're going to see a bloody winter. GameStop posted literally a Roaring Kitty meme in stores now with you can see right here more shiny codes, Pokemon, and then the GameStop logo. This was Roaring Kitty's original meme. So you can see they posted exactly a Roaring Kitty meme, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard, October 4th, so yesterday. Moving on, I don't ask this. I don't ask this a lot, and I'm going to get in GameStop and AMC's chart very quickly, but something is going on with Bed Bath & Beyond. Something is going on with GameStop warrants. I have not fully wrapped my head around everything just yet. Most of the time I come with these videos with the full breakdown for you, but I'm just going to state right now, there's too many documents and things going on online that I have not fully wrapped my head around just yet. And if you have that information, or if you have figured it out, tag me on X or get in the Discord and let me know, or drop a comment down below. Maybe I'll see it. But there is something happening coming into this week that is major. And I don't know what it is, but I will give some price targets on AMC and GameStop. AMC and GameStop have been at crucial levels and have been building momentum that we've talked about. And as far as AMC goes, zooming all the way out, you can see what we have drawn out. I just believe that AMC is going to have a major green candle, and that target is going to be $6.05, right at this resistance right here. This is just the first target if things get very out of hand very quickly. I'm watching AMC 605, and by the time that comes, that would likely be a 200% move, and I would already have a video out updating the next level. But I don't want to make it simple because we've been talking about the charts. We've been talking about smaller time frames, more micro time frames. This is a weekly time frame. I'm expecting a huge candle to hopefully open above 315 and build that momentum or that base, right? As far as GameStop goes, because if we trade under this, right, that's saying AMC's not going to break above 320 this entire week, and it's already closed at 306. So that would be just a very boring, ugly week if we didn't see that. And there's way too much momentum coming in this week on BBBY, AMC, and GameStop for that to be the case, in my opinion. Now, GameStop, given, you can see right here, as we're zoomed out, got rejected at a crucial level on the weekly as well. GameStop got rejected right here at this trend line. This is overall bearish where this entire trading action is since basically July 28th, since the week of July 28th. All of this price action trading outside of this level is technically bearish, especially with a rejection there. You can see this is why. All the way up, it has respected this until we broke below July 28th, the week of July 28th. And now it is technically bearish. I don't see GameStop having a reason to go back to $22 or sub 22. And if we continue this rejection, that is the trajectory of it. So I also assume GameStop should have a candle above this zone, given it did fill a gap above this zone into the 30s and higher. And my ultimate target, if AMC does move to 605, is GameStop to move to 65. Okay, that is simple. I think we are going to, is it going to be in one candle? I don't know, probably a few weekly candles. We can see that the rip in January, 3 major weekly candles happened. One of them being about 128%, one of them being about 108%, and another one from bottom to top being about a 700% candle. So who knows what's to happen? We're in a completely different scenario, in my opinion, possibly a better scenario. And if we had that same sort of candle, you're going up to 200. So who really knows what's on the table? A better candle, a bigger candle, or more smaller candles? Who really knows what is on the table coming into this week? But overall, exciting. Exciting volatility, green in crypto, indicating things, money flowing back into risk on assets. I'm excited. A lot of stuff happening behind the scenes, a lot of tin coming out, all that stuff. To close out the video, we're on track for the second longest government shutdown in US history. The government is still shut down. I would love your predictions to hear how long you think it will be shut down for. Here are the earnings for the week. There's not much that I'm paying attention to, except while these stocks are in their eras of rallies and shorts covering and volatility, TLRY is on the table Thursday before market open. TLRY might run for the rest of the week prior to its earnings. TLRY has been flying off the handle since June. You can see that right here. This goes hand in hand with Sundial as well, ticker symbol SNDL. And then also APLD Thursday after close, which is one we've held in long-term portfolio and have made over a 100% gain on, which is just beautiful. Maybe watching Peng Tuesday after close as well. But overall, guys, going to be a fun week. Make sure you're in the Discord server. That is the top link in the description of the video. We talk stocks and crypto in there all day long. I just added some new stuff to the Discord, so make sure to join. You guys will not regret it. Also, if you want my custom indicator, both of these are the top 2 links in the description of my video. That is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching and enjoyed your weekend. I love you all. God bless. Lottery Stocks out.